Hi, today I'd like to talk a bit about psychosis and my personal experience with psychosis. I'll start with hallucinations. I can see things that aren't there. For instance, if somebody comes over to my house and I'm talking with them, sometimes behind them, whether they're standing or sitting, I might be able to see like a silhouette of a person that's behind them or next to them. Sometimes I see this beam of light radiating around the person. Sometimes it's a bright light, sometimes it's not a bright light. That's kind of how I've deciphered whether or not that person is somebody I want to associate with, because I might get like a negative feeling or a positive feeling from that person, as well as seeing those lights. A good example of seeing something that was not there, a few years ago, it was wintertime, there was a blizzard, and where I live, it was just us, and there was another house, but no one lived in the house. So there was nobody walking up and down the street or anything like that. And I looked outside and I saw this man, fully dressed, in a jacket, with something in his hand, a chart or something, walking down in front of our house. And I thought, that is strange, because it was a blizzard outside. There was lots of snow. It hadn't been plowed, the road. And I went over to the door because I was thinking, well, where is he going? There was no one there. And when I went outside later to shovel and stuff, there were no footprints. There was nobody there, but I saw him. I don't know why I see things like that, but that's an example of a hallucination for me. I also hear voices. Sometimes I hear a voice that will whisper my name. Sometimes I hear just plain whispering, but I don't necessarily understand it. And other times I hear not like a voice per se saying negative things or saying anything, but it's almost like, you're outside of a big party and you can hear all the chatter that's going on inside the house or whatever, but you can't make out any of it. And that's kind of what it sounds like. And sometimes I hear music playing, like kind of like a party, and it's different types of music too, but a lot of it is like, music from the 1920s and things like that I do hear, which that doesn't really bother me because I like that kind of music. Also, I feel things that aren't there. Sometimes I feel like a hand touching my back sometimes. That doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. And for delusions, sometimes I believe things that are my reality but are not necessarily the reality of the people around me. For instance, I had a mental breakdown at a gas station, and I believed that there was a woman trying to run over my son, and I fully believed this with every fiber of my being. Now, that wasn't the case, but in my reality, it was. So basically, that's just some of the things that I've experienced with psychosis. It's not necessarily scary for me. It's more like I see things. It's non-threatening. I could see how people might be threatened or scared because you're seeing things that aren't clearly there, or hearing things. But I've never had any negative emotions or feelings or words that I've heard, seen, or felt. It's always just kind of been, oh, okay, well, that's there. And it's just always kind of been a part of my life. So I'm used to it now. And even with medication, I still see things. I haven't really heard anything or felt anything lately, but I do still see things. Usually it's a silhouette of a person. It's like a silhouette kind of thing. I'm trying to describe it. It's kind of like this kind of cloud shaped dark silhouette figure. That's the best I can describe it. And it's nothing that I feel threatened by. It's nothing that I want to run away from, but I do recognize that it's not reality. I do recognize that. And I think I experience psychosis more when I'm in a depression than when I'm in mania. And I think that's because when I'm in a depressive state, I'm more open to, different ideas, and, your feelings are open, your brain is more open. So, I mean, I'm not really sure about why that is, but that's kind of maybe my idea of why. That's something I could definitely ask my doctor. But anyway, I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what it was like for me with psychosis. If you guys, I'd really like to hear about your guys' experiences. Tell me what it's like for you, because I'd really like to know. You can email me, send me a post, whatever. But, just comment and let me know how things are for you. Until next time.